Howdy y'all, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the next video of the RV series. And jumping right in, as y'all can see, that is a generator. And thankfully we got this generator for free. A friend let us borrow it. And oh my goodness, it has been a lifesaver during this Texas heat. And then jumping even more in, as you guys could tell, I was measuring some stuff and we were measuring some supports that I want on the wall and some supports that I want on the ceiling. The supports for the wall are because that's where I'm going to be hanging a closet rod from. And not that, RV walls aren't like strong enough, but I didn't want to trust an RV wall with a closet rod. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to add a support beam in between and that's where I'll hang it from. And then for the ceiling, there are these two joists, support beams in the ceiling that got rotted and they got loose. And this was before my parents redid the roof. So I was like, I want to add, I believe we added 3 support beams going vertical. So going perpendicular to the joist in the ceiling. We added 3 of those and then we added, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we added 6 6-inch screws to tie in a support beam that my parents had added and the old one. And then here what's happening is that I am literally nailing every single nail, every single staple, or I'm trying to take them out. But the problem with these is that they're like 18 gauge and they're so tiny, and because there was water damage, they're also really rusty and they break off so easily. So I was like, you know what, I think I'm making my life more complicated than it should be. I'm just gonna go ahead and hammer them in. I ain't even gonna be worried about it. As well, there is this, I don't know what it is, it's like this weird rubber silicone thing that I guess they use to cover the seam up. It's so difficult to take off. It really is. Even though I can do it with a knife, it's like stuck on there. I have no clue how they did that. This is also my second time doing this voiceover. I did it the first time and I was like, ooh, yay, another video. And then I went back to try and listen to it. Of course, I didn't even check to make sure that the mic was on, and the mic was not on. So I was literally talking to myself like a crazy person for 13 minutes. So, attempt number 2. Hopefully this time I am actually talking into the mic and not just having a conversation with the air. Next to that plug on the wall, there was a, a coaxial port, so where you would do your cable or your internet. And to this day, I still have it, but I am going to go ahead and call the internet company that I use, and I'm gonna see if they can test those and then bring them in, because there's one outside the RV and then there's another one in the bedroom, and if those work, perfect. I ain't gotta worry about this one. And then what I'm doing here at this time of this filming the video, we hadn't bought any panels, so what I did was I measured the entire length of that wall and the height, and then I was like, okay, this is how many panels I need. For this area, I believe we used 3, and then for the bedroom, I want to say we used 3 as well. Maybe 7. And in here, I'm just vacuuming, cleaning it up, getting this area ready to put in the support beams that we're gonna add. We added 6 on the bigger sections and then 3 on the tiny section. And then after that, insulation, and then even more after that, we get to put down the actual floor. Yes, and above the plug, up in the top right, you guys can see the other Coke seal. That one is intact, so I'm hoping that that one has a good connection to the one outside, because then I don't have to worry about drilling no holes, putting in a new cable. Nope, it goes straight through. Excuse me, sir.
It's not going nowhere.
Excuse me, sir.
I'll do another one just in case.
Excuse me, sir. What's your thoughts on squirrels?
They're very cheeky. Like salmon cheeks. And thank you for coming to my tech talk. Here, you want to see how I'm doing this? Yeah, bring the camera here. I'll show you guys how it's done. So you're going to take a nail like so. Put it right underneath it. You're going to hammer it in. Like so. Then you're going to take your little trusty 9 Glock, machine gun, and then you stick it in here, and then you just go to town with it. Okay, okay, don't do that. Don't do. Restart it. God damn it. Why is it every time I show the camera something, I mess up? No, we're doing this again. You gotta really hammer it in there. Like beating your pasta. That's making you mad. Because it won't go on your fork properly. And then you stick your little 9mm Glock, and then it goes in. There you go. That's how you do it, folks.
Hey, how to build a floor 101. There you go. I hope hope those were useful tips. If they weren't, I'm sorry. You'll have to bring it up with my lawyer. So not every support had a screw drilled right through the top of it. A lot of the support beams had these L brackets that you guys can kind of see just scattered around. And we used 2 screws on each side to hold that bracket in place and give the support beam a little bit more the repetition, the support that it needs. You guys might see a little bit of water marks, and you might be like, oh, this is really rotted. They're not, they're still really solid, but just in case, that's why we decided to add support beams, so that in the future they wouldn't start failing on me and then I just fall straight through my RV. We also used, I believe, I want to say, I think 1.5-inch screws for the support beams, and then for the actual attaching the floor to the support beam to the joist, we used 2-inch screws. Either way, I will still link what we used, not link because I don't know how to link it yet. I will write it down what we used for this video, and then yeah, if you guys want to, I don't know, remodel your own RV, there you go. And I think I've said this before, but for the floor, at least for this RV, we are using a 4 feet by 8 feet OSB panel. It is 5/8 in thickness. Yes, 5/8 in thickness. And it is different from the original. The original is more like refined and really pressed in wood chips. But it still works, it's still the same, it's still as strong. And at the time of filming this video, to the time that it is now that I'm doing the voiceover, I believe it's been like 7 weeks, I think. And the floor is still holding up strong. It is great, it's amazing. We can now walk all over the bedroom. Here what we're doing is we're adding some more support beams. Those long ones that he's attaching, the originals got so extremely destroyed by the water damage that was in there. And they were literally crumbling. I could touch them and they were falling apart. So I was like, can we please add the support beams? And we did. We added a little bit more support. Same thing, we used 1.5 inch screws. We didn't want to use 2 inch just in case it went straight through. And they were great. They're still great. They're holding up sheetrock as of this day. And I'm saying it's been like maybe 5 weeks with the sheetrock, and it's still strong. We've painted, we've sanded it, we've primed it. It's great. Like always, we're not experts, so unfortunately we did have to do some refined cutting, but that's okay. I'd rather have some to cut than have nothing to cut at all, and it's like a giant gap. As well, they are these like giant nails. Maybe they used to attach the floor to the joist and then to the frame, but oh my goodness, they're like 2 inch in diameter. They're thick. So as you guys can tell, we had to cut like this half of a circle. Ignore the picture that I took for my parents, but I cut out that hole, we laid down the floor, boom, fits perfectly. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I apologize for all the talking, but I really appreciate all the subscribes that I've gotten, and thank you for keeping up for the RV series, and I will see you next time, and I hope you guys are very impressed with the final product when it's time to reveal it. Here
we go, last nail of the floors. One hammer for hammer kind. One drilly for Drilling Nation.
Hey! Whoop whoop!
We're done. All the floors, check it out.
Check it out, check it out. Hey, get out of the way. Hey, make yourself skinny. Go behind me, go behind me. Ooh, you disappeared.
This is what we got so far.
Yeah, no stealing yet.